Hey guys, Megaton Menace here, back with another video. RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 13. The penultimate episode of the season. Next week will be the finale, so that'll be cool. Once again, joined by my friend Desir.
Hello.
So they got another epilepsy warning, so fun. And I don't really have that much to say. Just, I got two things that I want to cover. First, in the last episode, a seer correctly interpreted the Penny scene, and I misunderstood it. But I definitely do realize that she's definitely a real girl now, and it actually was super obvious. I misinterpreted it. And then the other is that even though they literally have a portal to Vacuo, I do expect villain shenanigans to happen basically immediately. And I think that actually getting to Vacuo probably won't happen until the end of the season finale. And that it's going to take us like 2 episodes to walk through the portal.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And I think that's all I got. So without further ado, I'm ready to dive into the episode if you are.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're getting to this episode a lot later than normal, so unless the episode's really amazing, the post commentary will probably be pretty short.
Yeah. Goodbye to all the things we've
Right. It's like, because we've never skipped it, we know most of the lyrics, even though it's not that good of a song. Yeah, it's like I don't know it well enough to sing along to it the way a lot of the other RWBY tubers do.
Right.
But even if I did, I wouldn't do that shit, because that shit's fucking cringe. And sometimes it's okay to be cringe, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to be cringe. At least not in that particular way.
So one thing I suppose I did, like, just now think of is that it's kind of the plot device of the portal taking everyone to Vacuo is assuming everyone in Mantle's brave enough to go through a random portal.
Right.
Not everyone will do that.
That's true. However, for the sake of the narrative,
Everyone
will do that.
Yeah, no, it's true. I'm just saying realistically.
People are going to be like, I don't know what this is, but it's sus, so I ain't doing it.
I don't trust it.
Yeah. But it's also true that, like, everyone does know that Atlas is following, so what's better, staying there when you know the city's following, or going through the sus portal?
I don't know, it's sus.
Right?
Fake news.
But yeah, I guess I know, but and they could be some people might even doubt that it's following.
We stick to the plan.
How? Without the CCT, there's no way we can tell all of Atlas just step into a bunch of freaky magic
But
doors.
they'll see the magic doors, right?
That's what I did. That's
Right.
Are we positive these things work?
Yep. Of course they do.
Only one way to find out, but yes, they definitely work.
Of course he's there gonna eat.
Right. Get it done, bitch boy. Get it done. But that's also, but how do you, even with sending John through, they still didn't know that it worked until they went through.
Nora and I will get people through the gates. Everyone else, keep to your roles. Remember, the evacuation is priority 1.
Okay.
What else happens?
So we split up and then we get attacked. Got it.
Shade is armed to the teeth with huntsmen and huntresses. But we're about to throw a kingdom's worth of negativity on their doorstep. If anyone will need help, it's them.
Yeah, but it's gonna take Salem a hot minute to get there.
True.
I mean, Grim are everywhere, but Huntsman can handle Grim.
Right. Didn't she say not to jump off there, John?
Yeah.
Don't do it.
What is it?
Sorry.
I'm sure he landed somewhere safe.
Of course.
Everyone!
Ow! They're like, wait, that's the guy who sent the message.
I'm, gonna need your attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep moving, come on!
That's it! Ooh, watch your step!
Hey! No pushing!
Yeah.
Figured you wouldn't let us down!
Right. Yeah. See, because like those paths are a little narrow. They're probably just like look, probably like 10, maybe 15 feet wide, which is really not that much.
I'm sure they can
Yeah.
handle it.
We should end up just outside the city limits of Vacuo.
Oh,
Space
okay.
for refugees, but still within range. of
Before you made it sound
communication.
like you were teleporting inside Vacuo's
for
vault.
as long as I can. Call for help as soon as we cross.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Gotta be kidding me.
Sandstorm.
Which way is the city?
It has to be here somewhere!
Guys, this sandstorm isn't just killing visibility.
Okay. Yeah.
Where are we?
In Vacuo.
Welcome to Vacuo.
Head down and follow everyone else to the exit.
Dude,
Yeah.
are those people murked?
Probably.
We'll handle this.
Hey man, like the staff boy said, don't fall for a reason.
Your little friend Oscar was right. But the easy part ends here. How did you know about that?
Neapolitan, was it?
Huh.
Now
This,
isn't the time
probably.
to hold grudges.
No.
Yeah, it's another flashback.
She's right to be
Good.
angry.
Yeah.
I know I haven't upheld my end of the bargain.
Hence
I'm
why I'm
sorry.
pointing my umbrella gun at you.
She's like, I don't buy your
I will
shit.
get you Ruby Rose today. But to do that, I need to ask the lamp a question.
Oh, okay. Physics, how do they work?
I mean,
I know.
however you want.
Jin,
You have a question for me?
I do. What have Ruby and her teammates planned?
That's nowhere near as good.
I'm so worried about keeping
Like,
the wall closed.
she could have asked a different question that would have given her that information and assured victory.
Maybe we could use it to
What was your question?
Because it's one of those things like if instead of saying what was Ruby's plan, she could have said, how do I 100% for sure successfully stop Ruby's plan?
And when we're done in the vault, we'll take Penny and the staff. You tore this kingdom apart with nothing but your intellect. How about we finish what you started?
Huh.
You have everything you need?
Oh, believe me.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is everything I've ever wanted.
So like full access and control over all of Atlas, which
You
would
deserve
include
this.
Ironwood's military forces.
We'll be back.
It's like, Ironwood, you should have killed that fucker in the fucking in the gravity fight last volley.
Mantle, what we have to tell you is very important. Atlas is falling. But
And that's enough. And it makes sense because
Using the staff?
things
Are they
like
crazy?
things went
They'll
pretty
destroy
well
the
for the
kingdom.
heroes last
What
episode,
do
so
you
now
think
they
a
gotta be
kingdom
like,
is? The people,
no!
or just the chunk of land they live on?
Either way, it's over now. Ironwood's down.
its faceplate is still blue. Okay, there we go. Boom! Ow. Yeah, he's okay. At least I think.
Well, I mean,
His aura went down, but I don't think he's like dead or anything.
yeah.
And the bomb is on board that ship, I think. Yeah, it is.
You guys have a good plan, or
The ship kid's a ship. They fly.
they fly? I wasn't sure there for a second.
Yeah, it did look a little
Well, I
weird.
see you're awake finally.
Oh boy.
Atlas is falling under your watch. How does it feel, James?
You're not helping.
They've got the staff.
Yes.
That's right. You lose. We both lose.
He's way more calm than I thought he was going to be. We'll see if he blows up in a second, but... How convenient.
What?
Watts definitely let him out on purpose.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's because at this point, he's basically an agent for them. Because all he's going to do is be violent and impulsive and violent.
Sure thing.
Damn. I mean, he was an asshole, but he didn't deserve that.
Impulsive and violent.
Yeah.
Might as well be an agent for
I
Salem.
knew your plan would be
Yeah.
bold, but I never could have predicted all
Ooh.
of this. At least not without a little help from Jin. I suppose I have all of you to thank for one last lesson.
Calm down. The people.
Sometimes
I understand why the
if you
people are
want
freaking
to
out, but they
win,
need to calm down. That's
That was
Neo.
You can't do it alone. Ruby!
So someone's gonna catch her, or falling is not a guaranteed death.
Or it is.
We'll see. I just... Even though we saw it, I don't believe it. And that might just be... And it's hard to say. It's hard to see. It's very possible that they were just completely subvert the audience's expectations, bitch. But I doubt it. The only thing I feel confident about is that if she is alive, we're not gonna find out this episode.
If she is alive, we're not going to find out this volume.
Yeah.
Oh, Timmy. I did.
Yeah, okay. I thought that... I think, because I wasn't sure if she would still have them, because it's it would make sense if she didn't, but I also feel like that they would want to keep her fighting style the same, so they'd probably
find a way to
make her still have, yeah. But it kind of looked like that she used maiden energy to make them, and that they weren't physical.
Yeah, they looked of a similar making as Weiss's glyphs.
Yeah, exactly.
Forged from semblance.
this is a really good arena for a fight, and they've done a good job at making it so that it definitely feels like that the stakes are high and how this plays out matters. Okay.
Fine. Glad someone made it.
Yeah.
Watch for a tail. I need to make sure this thing's still armed.
Now, he had some doubt last episode. Yeah.
I'm no longer certain this is the most logical course of action.
You really want to do this, Zeki?
No, I don't. Harriet, the General is no longer in charge.
That's true.
Ruby and the others have used the staff.
Yeah.
Atlas is falling, but its people will be safe.
Which is
Unless
good.
It's the principle, Vine.
No.
It's about loyalty.
Ugh.
Clover understood that.
Did
Clover
he?
would see this through.
I don't know. I really don't.
And perhaps Clover was
Like, we
wrong.
didn't get to know him that
Don't
well.
you dare! Clover was... He was...
important to you. Harriet, you are not the only one.
Oh, the plot! Okay.
Man, Harriet's a cunt.
Yeah, right.
I really shouldn't have said that
no,
word.
but
God.
like, an episode or two, you almost did, and you were like, I shouldn't say that.
But she just is
she just
so
is.
bad and obnoxious.
Yeah.
And now she's
Crow. Fuck yeah.
killing people for no reason.
Yeah. Or at least trying to.
Yeah.
Kick her ass, Crow. I've not been your biggest fan for the last couple volumes, but kick her ass. Okay, Watts. What now? Okay. Looks like he's changed where it went.
Yeah, he's changing the
I
course.
repeat,
Yeah.
is anybody receiving these messages?
Oh.
Can anyone report status on the
God.
evacuation?
The episode's almost over, and I'm definitely feeling stressed. Oh boy. Iron. Careful, Winter. Oh! Even the glyph couldn't stop it.
I chased a lot of shadows over the years.
Come on, dude.
Always expecting betrayal.
But not from her.
But never once did I think it would ever come from you.
No, you betrayed yourself.
Yeah.
Actually.
I know what's best for us.
That's a big blast. Like, I wonder how much dust that uses.
So.
Like, how many shots
here
does
is
that thing
my
fucking
last
have?
order. Step aside.
Oh boy, she's not going to.
I've never wavered in fighting the enemies of this kingdom.
That's true. Woo.
And I won't start now.
And I'll say it again, he betrayed himself.
Also, another thing is that a lot of people... So, one of the books revealed that Iron One's semblance was called Metal, and people are saying that that's why he's this way. However, that's bullshit, because semblances are not active when your aura breaks, and his aura has broken twice during the time that he's been batshit. So...
Ambrosius.
People enter from Atlas and Mantle. on
Yep,
one
you can't
side
go back.
And leave on the other side with a one-way ticket to Vacuo.
Yep.
One-way ticket to Vacuo.
Nope, once you go through, you can't go back.
Go back. The portal won't let us.
Grim! Well, how many? What kind? Okay. Look like bats. That's dope. Do your thing, guys. Those are not good odds, and that's definitely the end. Okay. So... yeah, that was basically just 15 minutes of things going off the rails. So, Emerald, Oscar, and Ren have to fight bats in Vacuo. Then Yang is either dead or lost in a pocket dimension. And then shit's hitting the fan in Atlas with Watts and Harriet and taking the bomb to Mantle. And then everyone else is kind of like on the bridge doing their best to get people through. So, and then of course Ironwood is going to fight Winter, and he's trying to get through, and who knows what he's going to do if he defeats Winter and gets through the portal. Especially considering the fact that, like, with everyone clustered together like that, if he wanted to blast away everyone that's in there, he could with just a couple shots if he got through. So that's definitely a scary thought.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. This episode had a lot happen, but it was all kind of without conclusion and mostly to draw attention.
Yeah.
So like the after effect of this episode is basically just discomfort.
Right,
because
exactly.
everything's just hanging right now.
Exactly. And,
so
and it's really hard too, because like I feel like that the I think that is accurate, and that really it's just like A, B, C, and D is going on, and we need to watch the next episode to find out how it all concludes. And I also think that probably in the next episode we will probably get something where like all of those plot points except for Vacuo and Yang will probably get wrapped up in the next episode. Probably? Because just like... But enough's going on that maybe not.
yeah, it's really hard to say right now because like I remember a few episodes ago I was really thinking that the post-credit scene of the entire season was kind of going to be the return of Salem or some indication of her regrouping, like literally like reassembling herself. Now I'm starting to wonder if the post-credit scene will be answers about Yang or whether or not they'll leave that hanging, because it's one of those deals where like what we saw either was a conclusive death or she's gonna get out and they're not gonna talk about it yet.
Right. And it's one of those things where, like, when she was falling, it wasn't like she disappeared into the black void. It's like a bunch of, like, yellow squares appeared behind her and engulfed her, and then she vanished. And because of that, that makes me think that, like, she hit the edge of the pocket dimension or something, and that therefore, like... maybe it consumed her, or maybe she was just like teleported into somewhere, or I don't know.
It's really hard to say because earlier when civilians were being knocked off of the bridge, I was like, were they murked?
Right.
And your first indication or answer was yes,
I
because
know.
dude said not to fall. And
I
now
know.
we're second guessing that just because it happened to a main character.
It's true. And it is also true that with all the other people that fell, like, we saw them fall, but then it, like, cut away. So, because, like, we didn't see any of them, like, vanish or turn into cubes or anything.
See, you say turn into cubes. To me, it looked like she turned into the same energy, like a silhouette of a depleted aura. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Cool. That's kind of what I interpreted that as.
Yeah.
Which to me would lean towards an indication of that was an actual death. But I'm not. It's really hard for me to conclusively think that they killed off Yang for a couple of reasons.
Agreed.
Number one, I do think that she, being a member of Team Ruby, is one of the most popular characters of the show. And then secondly, and this is kind of irrelevant to the narrative of the show, but it's hard for me to imagine them getting rid of Barbara from the production.
Yeah.
Because she's such a Rooster Teeth staple that it's it makes me assume that her character has longevity.
Exactly, because that's where I'm at too. It's like she's one of the 4 characters in the title. I don't think they'd want to get rid of Barbara. I don't think that they'd want to sink Bumblebee, and also in addition to that, however, it is also true that ever since Yang got the robotic arm, it has kind of felt like that they didn't know what they were doing with the character. And if they were going to kill Ruby, Weiss, Blake, or Yang, like just one of them, Yang is the one that makes the most sense.
Right. Yeah. No, it's one of those deals where, like, I wonder if Rooster Teeth will actually make an announcement. Because let me just really quickly say, like, if that was a confirmed screen death, Rooster Teeth almost needs to come out and make an announcement, because otherwise everyone's gonna assume she's gonna slip out.
I see it, and that makes sense, because like when Pyrrha died, Jen Brown definitely talked about on Twitter that that working on Ruby was a great ride, and that it sucks that she's out, but the story is what the story is, and that she knew she was dying before episode 1 came out. But
right.
and yeah, so but and also, like, the reason why it's hard is because it's one of those things where, like, if Volume 8, Chapter 14, a character specifically is like, Yang died and it sucks, but then in Volume 9, Chapter 10, she's like, I'm back, bitches. I would not be surprised. Like it's... However, it is also hard, too, because, like, at the it's weird, because, like, part of me feels like that Ruby will never end, because it's either the biggest or second biggest show that Rooster Teeth has, and if they end it without a suitable replacement, they're financially in a bad place. But it also feels like that at the rate that the story's progressing, Volume 10 or 11 should be the end. And if you're going to go for 10 or 11 seasons, killing off a major character at the end of Volume 8 could be okay.
Yeah. It's one of those deals where, just like, the way that I feel about it is that she fell into an undefined abyss.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And what I'm getting at with that is that whether or not that's lethal kind of is determined by the necessity of the plot. Because like, she fell into an ambiguous void that could either be a plot hole to her next arc or death.
Yeah,
we don't know.
And that makes sense too, because, like, Ozpin died in, I don't remember if it was the Volume 3 finale or the episode right before it. But because it happened off screen, it was ambiguous, and we didn't know for sure that Ozpin died then until like a couple episodes into Volume 4 when he reincarnated in Oscar.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, but Yang won't reincarnate.
Oh, I know. But all that I'm saying is that I wouldn't be surprised if, like, regardless of whether or not she's alive or dead, I could easily see them waiting many episodes before we get a concrete answer.
Right. No, yeah. Yeah. I think it'll feel very much like the Oscar on the farm scene of Volume 4, where at first we didn't even know what it meant.
Yeah.
Like when we see Yang, she'll probably be... So it's really hard to imagine where else that would... I don't know. It's really hard to say, because it's also entirely possible that she's dead. And
exactly.
And I don't know at this point. To me, that was too ambiguous to say decisively either way.
No, and honestly, I actually do agree. Like, if I had to place money on it and bet right now, just alive or dead, choose one, commit, I would say alive. But I'm totally in, like, some 52-48 bullshit where, like... Exactly.
Yeah.
and also it is and it is hard because like for example when it comes to like for example when it comes to the cinematography, the fact that it was in slow motion, they tried the catcher and there was no music.
Yikes.
Right, but it's also true that Cinder's a great example too, because like Cinder was frozen solid, fell down a pit, and should have died, and didn't. So it's definitely. But you know what? Yeah. So let's see. I think we've both fully expressed how we feel about that. So let's see.
and
Let's
panned
see.
it out. It's hard to think of other things to talk about immediately because that's so significant.
Right,
That's
and it's definitely the most noticeable part of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess the obviously even though the civilians are all like unnamed NPCs, like it's one of those things where like it sucks to see him getting iced, but it also like makes sense given the context, but obviously like I do hope that the heroes are able to save as many of them as possible. And the fact that Penny still has the swords is awesome. One thing one thing that I was thinking about this like 5-6 days ago and I forgot about it, but I just remembered, and that's that there are many characters in RWBY where we have no idea what their semblance is, and Penny is one of them. And because technically Penny's only 3, 4, 5, something like that years old ish, approximately, probably, it would make sense if she, like Oscar, hasn't developed a semblance yet. And because we know that a lot of the time semblances develop based on the situation, I think that it would be cool if, I hope that not only do I hope that they give Penny a semblance, but I hope that essentially what her semblance does is it makes it so that like the strength and durability that she had when she was a robot, she has as a human. So that way she doesn't have any debuffs from becoming a human. But because of the fact that she's a maiden, they're probably not going to give her a semblance, just because in terms of fight scenes being like, we've got your weapon, we've got your maiden powers, and we've got your that is a lot to keep track of. And I guess like with Cinder and Raven, both are maidens with semblances though, so who knows. So additional thoughts.
Ironwood Winter is something you haven't really touched on.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. And that's because that's honestly fuck. Let me explain where my headspace is at. In the last episode, when everyone fought Ironwood, Winter is the one who defeated him. And because of that, it makes me think that Ironwood's going to kill her in this fight. Now, it is also true that as powerful and as AoE as Ironwood's gun is, Winter is fast as fuck, and that gun is slow.
Yeah, and plus also, like, I know that this is not the cleanest comparison, but when, okay, so Oz, the original Oz,
yeah,
his subordinates, if you will, Crow,
yeah,
Glenda, and Ironwood, they were all kind of on the same tier, and therefore I would assume of a relatively similar power. And we saw Winter go toe-to-toe with Crow and just narrowly lose.
That's true.
So whether or not she's on par with Ironwood really is debatable, because if you think of him at a direct power comparison to Crow, because they were roughly within the same confidence of Oz, then she really does stand a chance. Because it's not like she was trying her hardest in that fight with Crow. And she was a little emotional. Like, she was annoyed with him in that fight, which might have thrown her off. But she gonna bring her A game to this one. And there's no way to deny that.
You're right. And And it is hard too, because it's one of those things where because it's hard, because Winter definitely has the speed advantage, and also the attack that she used to bring Ironwood down in the first fight, why wouldn't that attack work again in the second fight? But also, Ironwood's gun has so much power, and he already hit her with it once, and it literally, like, with one shot, it was able to atomize Jock, his aura, and the jail cell shield. Like, if Ironwood hits Winter with that again, that's probably it.
Yeah. Hard to say.
Yeah.
I definitely, I wouldn't counter out, though. I really wouldn't. Because he's the one who's in an emotional state.
That's
and
true.
She's the one who, and I know, like, it doesn't really matter, but she's the one who has justice, like, backing her. Like,
you're right.
She's the one
she's the good guy in the fight.
Exactly.
But the good guys usually win, but not always.
Not always. It's true.
And, like, I definitely want her to win.
Another reason why I personally think she will is just because ultimately I feel like Ironwood's arc is over.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because like, why continue Ironwood into Vacuo? Yeah. And honestly, like, and that actually makes sense too, because it's like, our heroes defeated him non-lethally, and then he was like, time for me to get up and prove that Crow was right and that I have to die. And therefore, like
time for him to die.
Exactly, because like, no matter who wins that Winter Ironwood fight, I do think the loser's dying. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. That's all I got, I think. You got anything?
No, I think that's it.
Cool. So, thank you, Burning Tractor, for coloring this motherfucking episode. And we will see you guys next week for the Volume 8 finale. And, I wonder... I am curious when Volume 9 will be, because part of me thinks it'll be in October, like normal, but another part of me thinks that maybe it'll actually start in, like, January or February because of the big break. Yeah.
Hard to say.
Yeah. But you know what? Either way, it'll be here before we know it. So, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if opinions about Yang, I want them in the comments.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, even though by the time this is on YouTube, the next episode will be out, so maybe we'll know something now. Anyway, thank you and goodbye.